and today's video is gonna be a little bit different. As you clearly see, I got a cameraman, Moishak, in the camera, and he's just gonna be asking away a couple questions that you guys have. We're just gonna be chilling. It's gonna be more of a vlog. Se me ven las piernas. No, wait, no lo grabes. Anyway, but yeah, you can see my shit, all my shit. Look, before people comment. No grabes todo, güey. Before people comment that I have a mess, I know I have a mess, okay? And if no, wait, yeah. Okay, we're gonna cut that off. But yeah, I have a mess. Look, if you're a customizer and you don't have a mess, you're not a real customizer. I just can't. I can be organized, but I feel like when I organize everything, it just comes back to this. Well, what are some questions that you have for me?
¿Son preguntas?
Sí. Puedo decir en español, no hay pedo, yo lo traduco.
Primeros, materiales necesarios para pintar.
Okay, necessary material. Acá, no lo veo. Ah, mira, aquí está el pie, güey. Ya lo encontré. Es because we were looking for the... ¿Cómo se dice?
Tripod.
Tripod. Entonces, ¿quieres cambiar este o no?
Agarre.
Ok, si quieres nomás, pícale. ¿Por qué no lo viste?
¿Cómo le pongo pausa?
Pícale el mismo botón.
Pues ahí sigue.
No way. We have to do some slight adjustments, but it's that. I feel like when it comes to essential materials, it depends what you're starting out with. If you're doing just paint brushes, hold up. Es que tengo que organizar. So when it comes to essentials, first you need some. Hijo de su puta, man. You need some paintbrushes. Paintbrushes, I got a couple here that are pretty old. This is because I didn't take care of it. One thing you can use to like wash your paintbrushes, which is highly recommended, it's this one. Tampoco no olvido de rape, porque la This one I recommend after each use, wash away with this. Let it sit for a couple minutes, come back to it and wash it away, just so you can try and keep the pointiness of the brush. These are not the ones that I use. The ones that I use are right here. So I try to keep these as clean as possible. And I just have some on the side that I haven't used in case these go out. But yeah, it's a good set of hobby paintbrushes. You can probably find them on Amazon. But yeah, you always want to be careful with your stuff. The other thing is it's a good set of paint. So this is a thing that I 3D printed on the Bamboo Lab P1P. It's a holder, but the paintbrushes come on different packages. I have various repeats of a lot of paints, just in case I run out, like the blues and the reds and all that stuff, just because I don't want to keep on buying on Amazon. But you can probably find like a good pack of paints for like $30 or $40. And then a lot of people ask me about my my skin tones, and I always use the skin wash from Vallejo. So it's really watered down. You can just add a paint and then, use that to get started with paint. There's two ways: paintbrushes and the airbrush is a master airbrush. I forget the model of it. This one held up pretty good. It was like $30-40, and I always try to use the Vallejo ones because they're really thin enough. But if they're not really thin, you could use some paint thinner as well. Airbrush thinner. You can use this for when you're using a wet palette, or you can use it when you're doing an airbrush. Either or. Try out. I'm organizing right now. Uy, es que a lo mejor y nomás hago un video así limpiando mi puto cuarto de mierda. ¿Sí? These ones I just have because this one I made a mistake. I didn't want to get these, but I already had them around. But this one is translucent blue. So this one is from Tamiya. This one is for airbrushes primarily because I try to use this on the brush and I feel it's a little bit too thick. These is usually for when you're painting metallic colors. So this one works pretty good. I have this in blue and red. So the primers, this is for when you're laying paint before you lay the paint, basically. So either depending on what kind of colors you're using, you could use black or white. And these, you put them on the airbrush, use some airbrush thinner, and then you're good.
Accesorios.
Accesorios. Ah, sí, como en todas estas pendejadas.
No lo vas a pintar en la mesa, o sea, o en tu mano. Bueno, sí puedes estar usando, pero...
Sí, sí eres un imbécil, ¿no? And then these are for... So you can paint it without you holding it in your hand. So you put some sticky tack on the tip, or use some tape or whatever, hold the piece, and then just spray around. So you wanna get rid of all those fingerprints on the stuff you're painting. At the end of the day, you're gonna have to work with this and figure it out yourself, because a lot of paints have their own like way of using. For example, like yellow, you need to lay down some pink. Skin, it's a really like a bunch of layers they have to build up. Reds, you know, or if depending on which one you're using, it's gonna be a different method. For example, with this one, available on Etsy, it's shadowing, dry brushing, and it's mostly black and gray. So you want to use those two colors so you can get this whole concept basically. But it really depends on what type of work you're doing, you know. Pero Simón, que somos profesionales a la verga, hijo. Déjate de mamadas, ¿eh?
Son los sponsors.
Okay. This is a measuring caliper, right? Digital caliper. Oh yeah, it's right there. Electronic caliper. Pendejo yo. But yeah, if you're ever wondering how to get measurements from the computer, from real life to the computer, basically, let's say you have a reference. Let's say you want to print out another Spider-Man head. You first start at 0, click 0, spread open. Metes esta mamada aquí. You get an idea what numbers to put into the computer. So you put this, make it round it out to like 15.5 because it's like pretty tight, and then just cross your fingers. Hopefully it comes out right. And then once you get a good scale, you can start printing other heads like this one. It depends on the type of head you're using, because I was going based on reference with all these three. But at the end of the day, it depends on the dimensions of the actual sculpt. So, you know, trial and error. That's if you have a printer. If you don't have a printer, then you have to send somebody the measurements, but hopefully you get it right the first time. Oh, se me olvidó, tenemos que anunciar el ganador. So we're gonna go ahead and announce the winner for the, what was it, like the giveaway from the Kill Crew Punisher video. So the winner's gonna take this Punisher head sculpt, and then they're gonna take this gargoyle, which I updated so it can look a little bit more like rock. And then they're gonna be taking this cross as well. So yeah, they're gonna be taking all those three things.
Live on cam.
¿Qué quieres, cabrón? ¿Qué quieres, güey? ¿Qué quieres, güey? Allá. Órale. Allá. Estamos grabando, cabrón. Okay, so we're gonna use an app so we can just like do it randomly. Y güey, o sea, nadie is commenting. Okay, cool. We got him. So, ven para acá. Bacon loves... ¿Qué dice?
Red Dead.
Anyway, Bacon loves Red Dead. You have won. Y just go ahead and send me a message through IG, letting me know it's you. Send me your address and I'll send you all that stuff, basically. So, congrats, you've won. Thank you for commenting. And yeah, Bacon loves Red Dead. So, if you guys know him, let him know that he won and to contact me. We'll give it like a week. If in a week no winner comes out or he doesn't respond, we'll go down the list to the next winner. So let's announce the second place, right? If that guy doesn't respond, let's do the second place already. Oh, good. Yeah. Look, if Bacon loves Red Dead doesn't respond, then Paragon Kelvin 6406, that guy gets a package. Yeah, there's gotta be two. Yeah, somebody got to respond. Somebody's gotta take this shit. I don't want it. You know? Again, excuse the mess. I don't know why there's a bed here and nobody stays here, but this is where I do all the printing and everything. So I'm gonna go down and list of materials and then what kind of printers and what kind of, I'll give you the breakdown basically. So, you know, you just follow me. This one is Bamboo Lab P1P. So basically this one, no mames, this one is freaking sick. I've had really bad experiences with filament 3D printers. This one probably makes it the best printer. And if you're planning on getting into printers, I recommend you get this one, Bamboo Lab P1P. Why? Because it makes it simple to use. It's only a couple of features that you have to install. There's an app for your phone too, and it's easy to navigate. And basically, you just lay it down, you connect it, you click everything together, you connect it to the wall, you turn it on at auto levels, and you start playing with it. Literally, it's like a 20-minute process, and then you can start printing stuff. I know that the speed is crazy because I got this one, which is Elgu Neptune 3 Plus. This one has a bigger bed, but in general takes a while to print. This will print in a day, something like a regular print will print like a day and a half for like those base models or those crosses that I do. And that one will print it in like 10 hours. So this one's bigger. This one is also like, at the time was like $500, which was a little bit expensive for the troubles that I had. So also here I got the this is a Mars 3 Pro. This one is good if you're barely getting started, okay? Why? Because this one gave me a lot of issues too, but it wasn't because of the machine, it's because I was a dumbass and I didn't know anything about printers. So the thing is, I've noticed with this one, the consistency in like heat flow is not good, because depending on the weather, I'll either have good prints or bad prints, and even if I hit it with the blow dryer, it's not consistent. It doesn't like flow correctly. So you will need eventually one of these, which is a heat tent or just a tent in general. Yeah, I feel like if I had one of these for that one, it will work a lot better, but I rarely use this one because majority of the workload I do it on this one. You know, now this one is the Elgu Saturn 4 Ultra, which has a pretty big bed print. So, I'll show you. Look at this shape. This is you, and this is the guy she tells you not to worry about. So like, no man, it's like almost like 2 times the size. Yeah, 2 times the size. So this one you can do a lot bigger prints. There's de la verga. Also the design in general is better because it has like this lid. So you just like put your nails in there and bring it up. Well, this one you need both hands originally. This is an attachment that I did. You need both hands to take it off. This one you can do with one hand. You can take this off with one hand. This one has a clamp feature that you can just drag it out. Well, this one has a turning and then doesn't have a flat surface. It still has these screws on the side that you have to modify. I think they fixed it for this is a 3, they fixed it for the 4. The 4, they made it more like this one. So if you plan on getting a smaller, cheaper one, you could probably get that one. And then the only bad thing about this one is it doesn't come with an internal heater, which is this machine. So this thing will heat the whole surface and keep the flow of the machine warm, so it stays hot inside this capsule. Now, an extra that you can do is you can get this tent so it even encapsulates the heat even more and stays the resin at a consistent heat, you know? Plus, I hit it with the blow dryer. Anyway, but yeah, this one, if you have the money for this one, I think this is like $400, $500, and you want to do resin prints and really high quality and mass production, then you can use something like this. I believe this is the best machine out right now in the market, eventually until they come out with something different or better with Elgu. I feel like Elgu, their prime thing, like the thing they do better, is the resin machines rather than the filament 3D printers. That they did those as an afterthought, but these, man, are probably the best right now in the business. So yeah, and the type of resin that I use is ABS like resin. This one is great, but I usually use the vanilla one or beige. It's ABS like, it's basically like there's a little bit of resistance to the material, but it's not that resistant. I've seen other brands that do it a lot better, like Anycubic and stuff like that when it comes to their strength. But this one works for me for now. I don't have to change much in the settings and it comes out pretty good.
Got a ghost? Oh.
güey. No estés grabando eso, pinche fraca, güey. I left this cooking, which is I'll give you a surprise. I won't tell you what it is. Just to give you a breakdown, what this is part B and then part A. This is 61D. Basically, what you do with these two is you mix them together and you create like a sort of plastic consistency. And let's just one test. If that's hard, whatever is inside of there is hard. And I'm hard. Let's go ahead and open it up. Yeah, basically 50-50, you mix it around. You can dye different colors and that creates like a plastic consistency. I'm kind of giving it away right now. But yeah, this is how I do the whole kids. But right now, I just finished up. This is a fail, as you can tell the print quality. But yeah, right now I left one in the, what is this called? Pressure pot. So this is a pressure pot. Basically what this is a container that you insert air with the air compressor. And then you're creating so much pressure inside that is popping all the bubbles that may come out of the mold. The mold is made out of 2-part silicon as well. And then right now what we're going to be doing is just releasing a resin cast, basically. So. This right there. Entonces este lo pongo aquí. Luego le quitamos esta madre. Tape. This is just so it can create a little bit of pressure on the side so there's no leak. And then and there you go. That's a print right there. All these tubes that I'm cutting up, they're ventilation tubes, basically where the liquid can come in and then just pressure everything together. And then if you think about it, when I originally made the mold, it was standing like this. So, you know, those are the ventilation tubes, and then you can just, that basically is the process to making molds. That's for an order. And then eventually what this turns into is this. And yeah, this is the same material. Look, I'll show you. You see how it's green from the bottom? But yeah, if you apply all of this and all the other and all the painting scales and all that stuff. So here you got the original resin sculpt. This is probably has been the thing I've sold the most of. This whole kit repainted into this body. Thank you to all the people that have gotten one and I've seen your pictures. But yeah, basically here's the original head from the Toy Biz, what is it called? Face Off 2-pack. So yeah, this one is the original head. I still kept it. You know, I modified the hole. It still fits the original one, but all the resin casts are just as good and detailed as this one. It's just I made it fit for this figure, which looks way better, honestly. I do have a second head for this one. Let me see if I can find it. I like this one. It's just sometimes I don't like the open mouth expressions, sometimes that much. So I often go for stuff like this, you know, which is still showing an emotion. That's basically the whole video. So let me know if you like it. Let me know if you learned a thing or two. Let me know if any of this was helpful. I know it's a bit of a mess. Nice grabar, eh, perra. I know it's a little bit of a mess, but it's a whole lot of things to consider before you even start doing customs. If you just want to start small, just get a primer, a couple paints, and a paintbrush, and that should be good. Just learn the basics. Oh, I didn't mention, this is a wet palette too. Essential. Keeps your paints wet and lasts longer so you can actually paint longer. So yeah, get this one as well. But yeah, let me know if you like it, comment, salute emoji if you made it this far into the video, and just let me know if this helped, or if it didn't, let me know if you like this type of vlog videos, if I should do more, or just stick with the reactions and the customs. But you know, at the end of the day, let me know. Bye. Pero sí, ahora ahí viene la parte en español. Que dijeron, ya todos los que hablan inglés ya se ponen a la verga, ya sé lo que es la parte en español. Mira, ahorita os voy a traducir todo. Haz de cuenta que para todas las veces que me dice, Es un video en español. O sea, yo sé que no lo van a ver, puñetas. No lo van a ver. No lo van a ver, güey. ¿Entiendes? Entonces, ahorita me estoy ateniendo a lo que es el inglés, pues porque hay más raza que el inglés, ¿me entiendes? Y luego también hay mucha raza mexicana que no habla español, güey. También son unos sabos. O sea, tú quieres mi ping en tu culo, el teléfono que tiene la niña. ¿Me entiendes? Dinero, dinero, dinero.
Yo quiero.
Yo quiero.
Ese que quiere la niña.
Es que el vato dice, tú quieres mi ping en tu culo, güey. O sea, que le mete la pinga al culo. No mames, está cabrón, ¿no? ¿Ya?
Ajá, papito loco, pancar.
¿Sabes cómo picarle para
Ya
que
le
esté
piqué.
grabando? No te creo. A ver, enséñame.